Hey guys, I'm working on this Onkyo receiver I brought home from Goodwill a while back. Seemed to work just fine, and it does work fine except for when you turn it off for a while and you go back, turn it on, it doesn't remember anything. It doesn't remember the mode it was in, the station it was on. Of course, it doesn't remember any presets that you saved. So I decided to see what I could do. So I had to start taking it apart. This is the Onkyo TX-82 receiver. This board here, display and control board, just clips right into the back. This thing lit up real nice. Has a bunch of LEDs, VFD right here. And this light kind of lights up the outside lines of the graphics. Let's see if you can see that. You can see the those lines and the words, the text on there. It lights, that light lights all that up. And of course the buttons. And I was expecting to see one of these. These are those super capacitors. They're really high capacity, but they're real small, and they retain a voltage. So when it's off, it keeps the memory. Well, I don't know yet, but apparently that is not working because, like I say, it forgets everything. So I'm going to unsolder that and test it. I probably should just throw some my meter across that and see if it has any voltage. I'm suspecting that it doesn't because it forgets. Well, I'll come back as I progress along here. Well, I removed the memory backup capacitor and charged it up to 5 volts and just let it set for a while. Then checked it with my high impedance of my multimeter, DC voltage, and yeah, it drops by itself. And after a while, it's it's too low a voltage to keep the memory intact. So need to replace it. Ordered a new one already, and when it comes in about a week or so, I'll just continue with the video and pop it in and see what happens. So stay tuned. Okay, the new capacitor came in, and it's all soldered in now. A little bit bigger. Not really any taller, just a larger diameter, but it just barely fits in there. So hopefully it doesn't interfere with anything. So now gotta get this thing all assembled again. Okay, get the wires tied up and hook some speakers up, test it out, make sure all the buttons work. You gotta make sure all the, when you put the front on, all the little switches and things come through. I almost forgot about this one. It runs back through to the power, so you have to get that in before you put everything on. It remembered the station when I had it off for the time I was putting it back together, but you know, I have to leave it off for a while, maybe a day or so, and see if it retains the station memory. And pretty nice receiver. It's all lit up, push buttons, and
104.7 WTUE Dayton. Step right up! This is the Sixth Sense with Nikki Sixth. You know.
Okay, Well, it's Saturday morning. I put that capacitor in Friday night and tested it out and plugged it back in, and it retains the memory that I programmed. But anyway, thing's looking good. Retains the memory here and everything, so that's good. Well, I'd have to decide now if I'm going to keep it or not. Pretty good receiver. It works with 4 ohm loads directly. There's no switches in the back you have to flip. And I tested it on the bench to put 75 watts of clean power per channel, both channels driven into 4 ohms. So it's a pretty nice little receiver. I think it's rated like 45 watts into 8 ohms, and I tested it at 53 watts, I think, and that was just before clipping, so it has a little bit of headroom. So that's the repair of this receiver. Thanks for watching.